Hey guys, this is Ben with Upstart HR again, and I've been going through this list the last couple of days, the top competencies for senior HR leaders, and number four and number five on the list are actually really closely tied together. So I'm just going to cover both of them today. Um, Number four is integrity, and number five is ethics. So you can see they're fairly close to each other. Um, So, working on integrity. I mean, it's simple. It's it's really simple. It's not always easy, because doing the right thing, saying the hard thing is not always the easiest thing to do. But in the long run, it's going to save you the most trouble. Um, I always heard if you tell the truth, you never have to remember what you told other people. You don't have to remember which lies you told if you just tell the truth all the time. Um, so anyway, one way that I think people kind of fall into a trap, and it looks like they're being untruthful, but it really, it wasn't meant that way. It wasn't malicious. It wasn't on purpose. Is you'll commit to something, whether it's at work or in a community volunteer role or whatever else. Um, you'll say, "I can do this," and then at some point before that deadline comes, you realize you can't do it, and instead of telling someone, saying, "Hey, you know what? This is the reason it had to happen. I know, it's not the right thing to do, and I'm really sorry." Whatever else you have to say to get it out there, make it known, and let them know that you didn't do it on purpose, and that you do feel bad about it. Um, a lot of people just let it get there, and then say, "Oh well, acting like it's not a big deal." You never know how important that is until you see it through the eyes of the other person. Um, I mean, that's not a huge integrity issue. There isn't a lot to tell you other than, hey, tell the truth. But that's one way that people kind of look like they're untruthful, even though it wasn't something, like I said, that wasn't something on purpose that they did. It was just kind of a slip, mistake, and um, just communicate with people. It's one of those other competencies. Communicate with people well, and you will avoid that kind of thing. And for ethics, if you, one of the best phrases that I love to use is, if you wonder if something is ethically right, others will too. So if you make a decision and you're like, that was like borderline on the ethics scale, I don't know if some people would understand that, you need to be open about that. Here's why I chose this. Here's the alternative. Here's why that did not get chosen. Be very open about things like that, where there's a challenge. Someone could come and challenge your ethics, because like I said, that and integrity are really tied closely together. If you have poor ethics, you're making bad choices. People are going to think that you don't have any integrity, even if you do. And sometimes, sometimes we get in those situations where it's really tough. Excuse me. Where it's really tough to know what to do. You don't know which decision's right. Like I just said, if you're wondering if something's going to be, the choice is something that's borderline, other people are going to wonder too. And the best way that I've found to get around things like that is surround yourself with people that you trust, that you can ask that kind of question of, "Hey, these are the things I'm trying to decide. I'm weighing it. This is the pros and cons of each one," and get someone to help you with that kind of thing. Have someone that you can be accountable to. It's kind of after a decision is made, or trying to keep you held to a decision you made. But if you say, "I'm going to do this," and you're kind of squirrely about it, you're not sure if you can keep it up, have someone that's going to hold you accountable. Someone that loves you enough to give you a kick in the butt if you need it, or whatever else. But integrity and ethics are really closely linked. I think that if you are telling the truth, you say things that people believe, and people will think that you have integrity. I'm going to say that they're going to think that you have good ethics as well. And the flip side, if you are saying things that aren't true, you are, you're lying to people and misleading others, and they're going to say your ethics are pretty poor. So, taking care of one will probably take care of the other. Anyway, those are the 5 senior HR leader competencies, and I hope you enjoyed the series. Thanks, guys.